So, in the Streaming Wars segment, for those of you who may be new, we talk about all the interesting things happening in the worlds of streaming video and the various services such as Disney Plus, DC Universe, Netflix, Apple, whoever. This is a story I found. I thought it was interesting. I would lead off with this. This is my one, and I had another one, but I feel like it's going to be picking on DC too much. So we're going to let this be my only Streaming Wars story for tonight. So it says this comes from Screen Rant. This is by Kara Hadash. Probably pronouncing it incorrectly. Apologies right now. But it says Disney Plus is failing to deliver on its promise. The Walt Disney Company hoped to change the streaming service game with the launch of Disney Plus, but they have yet to deliver on the high expectations. This obviously sounds like an editorial piece by the writer commenting on how she feels about what's happening. So it says the Walt Disney Company vowed to change the streaming service game with the launch of Disney Plus, but so far they've yet to deliver on the promises. Aside from Disney's own back catalog, the programming stems from studios such as Disney Animation, Pixar, Lucasfilm, Marvel Studios, National Geographic, 20th Century Fox, now just 20th Century, and others. But original content is what keeps subscribers interested, and that's something that Disney Plus is seriously lacking. Disney Plus launched in November of 2019 with over 7,000 TV episodes and 500 movie titles available from the start. That might sound impressive, but the vast majority is aimed at young viewers as the company is focusing on family-oriented entertainment option. Despite the targeted demographic, Disney Plus is looking to compete with streaming heavy hitters such as Netflix and Amazon Prime, as well as upcoming services like HBO Max. Every streaming service to date has experienced growing pains, and Disney Plus is no different. Even with the criticisms, they set the bar very high with The Mandalorian, service's first scripted Star Wars series. But since then, subscribers have found themselves trying to scrounge up reasons to keep their subscription. New content is still very much a concern for the newcomer, but so is the kind of content featured on the service. Disney Plus wants to keep up with the family-friendly image, but so far, they're struggling with identity and how to present it to viewers without mixed messages. Again, if you want to continue reading this story, you could obviously go over to screenrant.com. This is Disney Plus is failing to deliver on its promises. I thought this was interesting. Tell me, Eric, what was your reaction, or what is your reaction right now hearing this interesting story on Screen Rant about Disney Plus failing?
This is some great insight here. This is a lot of my own feelings about Disney, and we've addressed this. We've talked about this gap right now as we're waiting for either one of the first Marvel series to come out or for the second season of Mandalorian at this point. There is this huge content gap going on right now as far as new content on Disney Plus. I myself, I'm not currently subscribed to Disney Plus. Now, there is an out for this, and I think Disney needs to promote this more, and that is the Disney Bundle. Now, I've talked about the Disney Bundle before because I was doing it. Now, ESPN Plus is garbage, okay? It's complete garbage. They really need to work on that. They need to fix ESPN Plus, and then they can have a really awesome combination with Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and Hulu. I am probably going to go get my bundle back, not for Disney Plus, but for Hulu, because there is a lot of good content on Hulu. And the idea is that basically the family-friendly content is going to go on Disney, as that brand has always been the family-friendly brand. The adult stuff's going to go on Hulu. You know, that's the plan. That's the plan going forward. Orville's going to be on Hulu. You know, so that's the path forward. If they can also add some cool live sports on ESPN Plus, they could win the streaming wars almost easily, because nobody else. So I think with their current state, there's a little confusion going on. They're not. I don't know. I think like their marketing department is off right now. They really should be promoting that bundle. It shouldn't just be about Disney Plus. Promote that bundle with Hulu and fix ESPN Plus so it's not a big freaking ripoff. Get some live sports on there and then you're going to have an advantage over everybody else, because that combo could be the knockout punch for every other streaming provider.
Interesting. That's an interesting perspective. I did think that we have talked about that there's a huge gap. There's a lot of amazing stuff in the pipeline, or stuff that's currently being developed. I'm very excited for the Moon Knight series. I've talked about that. I'm very excited for that. But we still have seen very little even from series that are theoretically close to hopefully being ready to come out. You know, when you talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier, WandaVision.
And we haven't really been able to talk about it, but Obi-Wan's been postponed.
Yeah.
It looks like the is it Castor Andor, the character?
Yeah, Cassian Andor. Yeah.
That looks like that's been postponed. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, there's a disconnect right now with their original content, and this timetable that they're doing is kind of silly. And they should have really had their act together better in terms of getting this content in a timely manner. So there's always something new, you know what I mean, that you can go to, because the legacy content is big, but that's not really what keeps people there. People are going to watch some of the old movies and watch Cinderella, you know, once or twice, and then they're done, and they're looking for something new. And like I said, the Disney Plus bundle could just be like a complete knockout punch if they actually implemented it correctly. Disney, all the family-friendly stuff. Hulu, you can put your more adult stuff and get some real good live sports on ESPN Plus. And you will have a winning combination there. But like I said, ESPN Plus is garbage right now. It is like false advertising. It is so bad.
Interesting. And we talked earlier about the story about Bob Iger stepping down, and he had talked about that it was going to free him up to focus on other things. And I wouldn't be surprised if
that's what he said. And now you kind of see Bob Iger's no idiot, okay? Because I think he knows where the problem is. He knows where the problem is. That's why he's focusing on creative.
Yeah. And this Disney Plus, at the end of the day, I think it's going to be a huge part of his legacy as being the head of Disney. Because the launch of this service is going to eclipse all the other, great acquisitions they've made, whether you want to talk about Star Wars or Marvel or whatever. If Disney Plus doesn't work out the way that it theoretically probably should, that's going to be sort of like a bit of a blight on his legacy at Disney in general. So I just thought it was interesting, reading this story and thinking about the story we were talking about with Bob Iger on a previous episode and how these kind of go together. So,
no, they do. They absolutely do. And I think he sees the problem. I really do. And I think the problem has been created in large part by Kathleen Kennedy. So,
yeah.